Hello guys, welcome to the live stream. For the first time as ninjas, apart from you, Timbo, who was part of the original team.
Costume change.
There we go. And as you've seen, we have been changing all of the graphics. We have some T-shirts. We feel part of the club, ladies and gentlemen. So, guys, tell us a little bit about Ninja. Mod Kalea.
Hello.
Who are the Ninja team, first of all?
So, well, this is the Ninja team, funnily enough. We've got a couple of people missing off the couch today, but I'm Mod Kalea. I've been working at Jagex for just under 8 years now. RuneScape player for since 2007, I think. Almost maxed, but invention is slowing me down.
And soon to be archaeology.
And then archaeology, which I can't wait for because it is a lot of fun.
You're one of the top players from the longevity testing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. I got a bit obsessed. It was great fun.
You're one of those people that were obsessed.
Yeah.
So Claire, we move over to Timbo.
Hello. You may know me from such skills as archaeology.
Hiding in plain sight as well. So the whole of the live stream you didn't know at all. Timbo, moderator.
Yeah, so hello, I'm moderator. I was previously on archaeology as well, but moved across to the Ninja team as it was starting up. But obviously there was enough resources put back in place in the archaeology team, so they weren't left without resources. Don't worry about that.
And Mod Breezy.
Hello, I'm Mod Breezy. I'm QA for the Ninja team. I've been at Jagex for the past year and a half now. I've been playing RuneScape for close to 14 years now. Seen on projects such as mining and smithing, farming and herblore, weapon diversity for a bit, and a few other bits and bobs here and there.
Weapon diversity, what a project that was.
Should we not talk about that one for the time being? Okay, so Mod Kalea, tell us a little bit about ninjas. What does it mean to be a ninja?
Well, we've forgotten two of our people, so I'll introduce the people who weren't able to get on the couch today. So we also have Mod Abe, who is another developer. He gave me a little bit of a script about him. So he's been a player since 2003, he said. So a long time RuneScape player. Started gaming at 5 years old. Oh, sorry, pillows over there. And before coming to Jagex, he's done a PhD on water droplets. So you'll have to go and talk to him about, how that looked, because I have no idea. We've also got Mod Kari, who is our newest Jagex CM member. So she's helping us to set up all the ninja stuff in the background and get us going on all of that. And some of that I'll talk about later.
More on that in a second,
yes,
and just to highlight, it's Mod Abe, A-B-E. It's in Odyssey, it's Odyssey rather than A-P-E.
Yes.
Yes, cool. Indeed. So what is the purpose of the Ninja team? Because as long-term members of the community might remember, we've had Ninja teams in the past.
Yep.
Refresh people's memories and tell us why the new and improved ninjas will be better than ever before. Yeah, so we're here to take on the quality of life mission in RuneScape, essentially. So if you're not familiar, we've always been a fairly small team that's just there to take on lots of small jobs to really improve your kind of daily gameplay in RuneScape, and that's really what we want to continue doing. I've got some slides on what we are and what we're not going to do. So if we go to the next one, so that kind of gives you an example of where we are at the moment, and what we are going to do and what we're not going to do. And yeah, we're going to work in strikes to really nail down content.
Drive improvements.
Drive improvements, yes, indeed. Make your gameplay better every day.
So, as I say, we go down this list. We've got tackling some regularly encountered sticking points in RuneScape gameplay, working with current content to make it better to play, addressing viral content. I'm going to do what I've always been told not to
Never
do
this.
The slides, but
they can read.
Addressing viral topics, addressing valuable concerns encountered by only a few players, working with the players to identify the best places for ninjas to strike, planning out regular strikes, and getting on with the RuneScape quality of life mission. So they're the things that ninjas don't do.
That's the things that. Oh yes, I might have phased out for a little bit, but yes, So fixing bugs and typos and things. It's not as important to us as getting into the nitty gritty of something that you play every day. We want to make sure that's a really good experience for you.
The other really big important piece is speed.
Speed, yep.
Right, and addressing quality of life faster.
Yes.
And in the right ways.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So you might have noticed we actually had our first strike yesterday. So these are all the improvements that we made to the game yesterday, and this was kind of our first effort at taking on the quality of life mission. So hopefully a lot of stuff in there that you like. The invention interface, I think, is one of our biggest kind of wins, but we had a few in there that are good corkers, stopping all those God War Dungeon drops that you don't need anymore. And then we've got another set of updates coming up on the 9th of March. Moderator, you've posted about one of these already, so you want to talk about it?
Yeah. So I put out this tweet about the potential refresh to the herbicide settings, which would be also translated across to Seedicide and Bone Crusher. To just sort of get it out there really. So it's trying to think about the actual, what is the purpose of this interface and how can we help players better fulfill that purpose for what it's trying to do. And basically what I came up with was the idea of it is sort of trying to allow players to min-max certain drops. Do I want this to keep it for myself because it's valuable to me in terms of GP or in terms of what potions or whatever it goes into, or do I just want this XP value instead, right? And at the moment, that's very difficult to do. You have to either go to the wiki, or when I put this out, there was a couple of players saying that they stood at the GE for like half an hour to an hour looking up the price of absolutely everything before making their decisions. So this hopefully goes some way in sort of allowing players to make more of an informed decision. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of other sort of smaller changes as well that I've made in and around sort of this one interface.
I kind of found this kind of interesting when you started looking at this area. I don't think you had anticipated the breadth of what you were going to apply to it, but as you were kind of working through the problem, it started thinking about the player experience and what they might see.
Yeah.
And then it uncovered a lot of different elements to it.
Yeah, I mean, UX design is something that I really enjoy doing anyway. Specifically sort of interaction design, copyright design, and stuff like that. So the actual initial job with this is something that we'll touch on a little bit in a little bit as well. The actual initial job was to allow the Charming Imp interface, which spoiler is on the screen already, to work in a similar way to these other three interfaces that I just mentioned. And it was that then made me look at, hey, what's the next level up? Whilst I'm already here, what else can I look at whilst I'm here? And then it's the actual evaluate the interfaces themselves. And yeah, it was all of these changes were then what came out of it.
Yep.
I think that's a really great sort of example of what a ninja can do, isn't it? Like you see a problem and then you identify what the problem is, but then it shows, oh, well, how can I apply this to other things in game as well that players might also be having similar issues with. So
yeah, it's exactly the same interface layout. So it's like if I'm already converting this into this one, then I might as well look at all of them at the same time and see, like, are there just general improvements that could be made that are quick enough for me to classify as sort of ninja, like that quick turnaround, right? So yeah, there's a whole bunch of smaller little things in there as well. Like, for instance, the checkbox. It used to be you could only click specifically on the checkbox, and now you can click the entire box, right? It just sort of makes it a little bit easier to use, which, especially on mobile, right? Like, that makes a big difference. Yeah. And some of the text as well, like, that's not the actual final interface. Like, some of the text whilst you're reading that is like, okay, so any herb selected is like, well, is that noted, unnoted? Like, so I've now explicitly stated that it's unnoted herb. So it's like, it's taking that, the questions away from the player that they don't need to have to worry about. You shouldn't have to ask those questions whilst you're using this. Yep. And the other example of that would be on the auto pickup. So it just said, if you get the upgraded herbicide, it says auto pickup, and then next to the checkbox, and that's it. I'm like, does that overwrite my current checks with I auto pick them up instead of destroy them, or does it auto pick up all the unselected ones? So it actually took like a bit of time to actually go into the script, go onto the wiki and stuff to actually figure out how it works. And it turns out it just works on unselected ones. So it's like, well, I might as well just explicitly state auto pick up unselected herbs, and it just sort of takes that question away altogether. So hopefully makes it a little bit easier to use.
Yeah, and that's something that, as I say, you can see on the slide coming on the 9th of March.
Yes.
So all the three changes that are alluded to on that slide.
Yeah, there's another teaser in there.
The 9th of March.
Yeah.
One of the questions I did want to ask is around the different types of strikes that there can be, because obviously we've got the kind of approach where you can scattergun lots of different types of things, but also the kind of the more themed approaches.
Yeah, so we've got these first couple of strikes. That's an early slide. Put that slide away. Well, spoilers, there you are. So strikes, so we've got our broad strikes, and that'll be just kind of and scattergun, as you say, like little improvements here and there that you come up against. But then we're also going to be doing themed strikes. So that'll be, we're looking at one piece of content and we're looking all around it. We'll probably play through it as well. And really, make improvements to that piece of content specifically and release that as a ninja strike.
So I saw a couple of people actually mentioning like Iron Man, for instance. That'd be a good.
Iron Man is broad. There's a lot to Iron Man.
Specific, a specific Iron Man issue, for instance, or a specific Iron Man improvement.
I mean, absolutely. It really, like when we're looking at it in that way, it really looks like it's a case-by-case basis. Yeah. But we'll look at everything and we'll just find the best things that we can strike at.
Okay, and you might have had a little bit of a spoiler as to what is to come next. But Ninja is obviously designed to improve the experience of kind of our more regular players and identify areas in which we can enhance that playability of the game. So obviously what we do want is your suggestions and your ideas. So Mod Kalea, can you talk to us a little bit about the Ninja Dojo?
Yeah, so this is Mod Kari's project. She's put this together and it is amazing. This is our Ninja Dojo. So if you put !ninja in the chat, you'll get a link to our dojo, or at least I hope that the !ninja.
Yeah, you can see it in the chat. Work. It's all good.
The dojo is where you can submit challenges to our ninjas. There's some guidance before you do it on what we're looking for and how to give us the best kind of suggestions for what we can strike at. But we're really looking for you guys to feed us the best things for us to look at, and what you come up against every single day or very regularly. That could do with us having a look at it and seeing what improvements we can make.
Is it case sensitive?
Ooh.
I know that there's 200 characters.
Yeah, there is a 200 character. The thing. I have no idea.
Okay.
No.
I mean, people are spamming it. It's all the time.
You'll find it. We'll also put the link out
so you can see the link.
Like
the link is coming up quite regularly in the chat. So if you can see the Moobot suggestion in there in pink.
Yeah. Just send us anything you'd like us to take a look at. Obviously, we can't do everything. If you say construction rework, probably not going to happen. We're a pretty small team, and we're really looking to make impactful changes.
But it's the focus that you have too. It's not about how big the improvement would be.
Yeah.
And I think if it becomes too big, then we'd want to bring you into one of the other teams and apply even more resources.
Yeah, I mean, a good example could be like I find it really difficult to switch between interfaces in construction, for instance. And then you guys would go away and you say, actually, how can we make that improvement?
Yeah.
And we'll come up with some ideas as how we could do it, and then we would release them to hopefully with a nice quick turnaround time. Which brings us to my final question for you guys is like, how regularly do we think we'd see sort of a ninja strike?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put a frequency on it at the moment because we're just getting going. We're still, figuring out exactly what we can do and how quickly we can do it. But we are going to have regular strikes. So yeah, that's all I can really say at the moment. But regularly, and
it'll become a little more visible in our release notes and how we talk about them and share the info, and then it'll be good.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to get you guys on stream more often, I think, as well.
Yeah.
More often.
Every week.
That's fair. I've not been on for a while. So.
There's a mattress right behind the sofa.
That's where my John sleeps.
Fantastic. Okay, so anyone want to add anything else at all before I kick you all off the sofa for one final little thing?
I don't think so. I mean, just to wrap up, I guess, is we're a dedicated team of experts, of ninjas that are really looking to improve the quality of life in RuneScape. So send us your stuff because we really want to work closely with you guys. But yeah.
Yep. So !ninja in the chat.
Yep. Send us your stuff.
Submit your ninja strike suggestions. As you can see, as you hopefully remember, the next Ninja Strike is likely to come out on the 9th of March, or that's when it's penned in for, and you'll be seeing regular strikes, or at least let's say
regular.
Regular. Let's say regular strikes over the course of the coming months. And we look forward to seeing what you guys have got in store for the foreseeable future.